Hare Krishna everyone, welcome to the session on Bhagavad Gita Chapter 6. So today, before we discuss Chapter 6 from Bhagavad Gita, on the occasion of Friendship Day, let's recollect one of the beautiful shlokas from Sudhama Charitam in Bhagavatam. Everybody knows the story of Krishna and Sudama. Everybody knows the beauty of friendship between Krishna and Sudama. So we don't have to discuss that story. We have heard enough about that. This Sudama Charitam is mentioned, is described in Bhagavatam in Dashamaskandam, chapters 79, 80 and 81. Maybe 82 also. Yeah. So in 3-4 chapters, Sudama Charitam is described. So after Sudama goes to Dwaraka, meets with Krishna, and then Krishna treats him very nicely, and Krishna even washes the feet of Sudama. And everybody in Dwaraka palace, they are surprised that such a great king, Krishna Bhagavan, he is washing the feet of Sudama. Everybody was surprised. And Sudama came there with a purpose because Sushila, Sudama's wife, sent him asking for some material benefit, material wealth. Okay? Because they are poverty stricken. Completely poverty stricken. So Sushila encourages Sudama by giving some philosophy and with some convincing answer, with some justification, saying that it is okay if to preserve one's own self, it is okay to ask Bhagavan for material wealth also. Kamasya nendriya pritir labho jive tayavatah. This is a shloka from Bhagavatam that says one can approach the Supreme Lord with material benefits under two circumstances. One is when somebody is completely poverty stricken and there is no other hope. Then in the extreme situations, they can ask for some wealth from Bhagavan. And another scenario where one can ask Bhagavan about material benefit is health. So if somebody has ill health, they can pray to Bhagavan to give some relief to help come out of that health condition. Because only when your health is good, when your body is in good health, then you can do some sadhana. So Sudama goes to Dwaraka with a purpose to ask, but after seeing Krishna, Sudama forgets everything and he does not even ask. And we all know the story how Krishna grabs the little offering that Sudama brought from home, the chipped rice, the puffed rice. Krishna grabs it from the dhoti from the uttariyam of Sudama. And Krishna relishes it, saying that I have never eaten such a nectarian offering in my life. So then there's a beautiful conversation between Sudama and Krishna. Krishna recollects all the beautiful memories from school days, from Sandipani Muni ashrama. Krishna and Sudama, they both relish their friendship, their good old memories from that ashrama. And then after that, Sudama goes back to his own village. And there, by the time he goes there, a beautiful palace is arranged for him with all the wealth, without even asking for anything. So after seeing that, Sudama was overwhelmed with gratitude for Krishna. And then he recites beautiful prayers that are described in chapter 81, 10th canto, chapter 81. So in those prayers, There are many shlokas, but one such beautiful shloka we will spend 5 minutes on the occasion of Friendship Day. Tasyaiva me sauhrida sakya maitri dhasyam punarjanmani janmani syat mahanubhavena gunalayena vishajyatastat purusha prasangaha. This is from 10th canto, 81th chapter, 36th shloka. Tasyaiva me sauhrida sakya maitri dhasyam punarjanmani janmani syat mahanubhavena gunalayena vishajyatastat purusha prasangaha. The Lord is the supremely compassionate reservoir of all transcendental qualities. Life after life, may I serve Him with love, friendship and sympathy. And may I cultivate such firm attachment for Him by the precious association of His devotees. So this is the prayer of Sudama. After seeing the palace, out of gratitude, Sudama is offering this prayer. So let's try to understand the different parts of this shloka. So Sudama is expressing his desire to serve Krishna in all different flavors of friendship. In English, there is only one word for friendship. Hare Krishna. In English, there is only one word for friendship. That is friendship. But in Sanskrit, there are different words for friendship based on the level and type of friendship between two people. The different types of friendships are Maitri, Sakyam, Bandhu or Bandhutvam, and Suhruda or Sauhruda. So these are the four types of friendships, out of which the Sauhruda or Suhrut Bhavana, that is the highest. So let's try to quickly discuss these four types of friendships. Sometime last year, I believe, last year or early this year, or not last year, I think during discussion of one shloka from 6th chapter, in 6th chapter there is a shloka 6.9. Suhrun mitraryudasina madhyastadvesha bandhushu sadhushvapi cha papeshu samabuddhir visheshyate. So during the discussion of that shloka, we discussed, I think we spent 1 or 2 classes discussing about friendship. So here the 4 types of friendships are Maitri. At the lowest level, Maitri. Maitri means this is the type of friendship where two people, based on the mutual respect, based on mutual benefit, they establish friendship. So there is a sympathy. In Maitri, there is a sympathy. If the other person is feeling sad, another friend will show sympathy. So they give support to each other, they show sympathy on each other, they share their happy moments with each other. So it is based on mutual trust and mutual benefit actually. So what do I gain from you and what do I give you? So those two things actually. Maitri. So it is not a very thick friendship. It is friendship, but it is not very thick friendship. Next, one level above Maitri one level above Maitri is Sakya. Sakya, it is the friendship where two friends, they stay close to each other. They spend a lot of time together personally, or they live together. Sakya, and they share they share many things. They eat together. Saha khadeti iti saka. Who is saka? Saha khadeti iti saka. That person or that friend who sits and eats together with you is a saka. Saha khadeti iti saka. So they eat, the two friends who are in Sakhya relation. They sit together, they eat together, they joke about each other jovially, they sleep together, all those things. And one level above Sakhya is Bandhu. Bandhu, this type of friendship is based on some relation, either blood relation or matrimonial relation, the friendship between wife and husband, the friendship between two lovers, the friendship between two brothers, sisters. So that is Bandhu. Or it can be even between parent and child. The friendship, the Bandhu friendship can be between parent and child also. That's why in RSS, or Shiva is from RSS, there everybody calls each other as Bandhu. So that means they are declaring friendship with other person based on some bandhutvam, some relation. Even though there is no biological relation there, but they want to feel that relation. They want to feel established friendship based on that relation. Next, the highest form of friendship is Sauhrada. Sauhrada is the well-wisher. There is no mutual benefit here. One person does not expect anything from the other person, and there is no relation here. And they may or may not stay close to each other. They may or may not live together, but they're always wishing well for the other person. No matter where they are, no matter whether they are talking or not, no matter whether they are meeting with each other on regular basis or not, but they're always wishing well for the other person. They're always thinking about the other person. Even though they are remote, distant, in a distant place from each other, but it is as if they are together, because they're constantly thinking about each other. There's no gap between those two people. So it is constant, it is like living together. Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita 5.29, Bhoktaram yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarva bhutanam jnatva mam shantim ruchati. Whoever knows me as the ultimate enjoyer, the well-wisher and the best friend of everyone, he attains peace. So this is the faith we should have, that Krishna is my true friend. Bhagavatam is my true friend. Bhagavad Gita is my true friend. All other friends are temporary. So as you can see here, Maitri, there is a sympathy. Sakhya, it's a friendship. They live together. And Suhrada, it's a love, deep love and affection. So Sudama wants to serve Krishna. The fourth one here, Dasyam. Dasyam, it's a different rasa than Sakhya rasa. So Dasyam, Sakhya are the two rasas out of the five primary rasas in Bhakti. The five rasas in Bhakti are Shanta rasa, Dasya rasa, Sakhyam, Vatsalya rasa, and the fifth one is Madhurya rasa. So even though these two are different, but Sudama wants to serve Krishna, that is Dasyam. And how does he wants to serve? He wants to serve Krishna as a friend in all the different flavors of friendship. In the flavor of Maitri, in the flavor of Sakhya, in the flavor of Sauhrada. So he wants to become a Das in the mood of a friend in all different flavors of friendship. Because whatever Krishna wants or whatever makes Krishna happy, Sudama is ready to do that in whatever flavor, whether it is Maitri, Sakhya or Sauhrida. Now this is one of the most beautiful expression a friend can give to another friend. Usually people will say, let's be friends together. You are my best friend. Like that, right? But Sudama, the expression of Sudama is the topmost expression of friendship. And Sudama is glorifying Krishna. He is Mahanubhava. And he is Gunalaya. Guna is qualities. Alaya is the reservoir, the abode. He is the abode of transcendental qualities. And looking at those qualities, anybody will become attached to Krishna. That's why Sudama wants association of his devotees. So these are the 4 pillars of friendship. Maitri, Sakyam, Suhridam or Sauhridam, and serving Krishna in all these 3 flavors of friendship in Dasyam. Sauhridam, true friendship with an unconditional affection. It is rooted in recognizing, appreciating and being moved by the compassion of the other, just as Krishna was moved by Sudama's pure heart despite his material poverty. Sakyam, affinity manifested in the desire to live in his company. Beyond just feeling distant affection, true friends crave shared presence. It is the joy of simply being together. The environment or activity matters less than the company itself. So Krishna was playing with his sakhas, with his gopa boys, sahacharas in Vrindavan. And that is the most intimate. Looking at that Brahma in his Brahma prayers, he was glorifying. Aho bhagyam, nanda gopa prajaukasam, yanmitram paramanandam, purna brahma sanatanam. O Krishna, all these Vrajavasis, they are so fortunate to get you as their friend. And you are also very fortunate that you have their association as a friend. Yan mitram paramanandam. They got your friendship. You got their friendship and they got your friendship. Yan mitram paramanandam purna brahma sanatanam. Maitri, intimate Maitri is, there is a mutual benefit, mutual respect based on mutual trust, mutual respect, mutual benefit. So Sudama and Krishna, when they spent time at Sandipani Muni, they used to do things together. They used to serve their guru together. Dasyam. Now in Dasyam, it is not one person serves the other person. Even the Sudama is expressing his desire to serve Krishna in all the different flavors of friendship. But in Dasyam, both friends serve each other. Just like how Krishna washed the feet of Sudama. Krishna did not even think a second that, oh, I am a king, I am in Dwaraka, I am being watched by all the queens. What will they think of me? Krishna did not even think. So all of this is possible. That means the mood of serving Krishna in all different flavors of friendship is possible only by the association of his devotees. Tat Purusha Prasangaha. Sangha is association. Prasanga means association of good devotees. Prasanga. Because the association of good devotees cultivates, it nourishes our bhakti lata bij, the tree of our bhakti, and which leads to the mood of serving Krishna in all the 4 different types of flavors of friendship. This friendship day, may we seek connections that go beyond the surface. May we cultivate Sauhrada, Sakhya, Maitri and Dasya relationships that uplift the soul life after life. Happy Friendship Day, everyone.
Thank you. Wish you the same.
Thank you. Same to you.
Happy Friendship Day, everyone.
Yes. Okay, so let's recite the shloka. It's a beautiful shloka by Sudama. Let's recite it. I will recite each line and you repeat after me. Tasyaiva me sauhrada sakya maitri
Tasya me sarvasakya maitri
dasyam punarjanmani janmani syat
dasyam
Punarjanma
janmani
syat
mahanubhavena gunalayena
Mahanubhavena gunalayena
Vishajjatastat purusha prasangaha.
Visajjatastat purusha prasanga
Tasyaiva me sauhrada saukya maitri
Tasyaiva me sauhridasakya maitri
Dhasyam punarjanmani janmani syat
Dasyam punarjanma janmani syat
Mahanubhavena gunalayena
Mahanubhavena gunalayena
Vishajjatastat purusha prasangaha.
Visajjatastat purusha prasanga
Tasyaiva me sauhrada sakya maitri
Tasyaiva me sauhridastasya maitri
Dasyam punarjanmani janmani syat
Dasyam punarjanmani janmani syat
Mahanubhavena gunalayena
Mahanubhavena gunalayena
Vishajjatastat purusha prasangaha.
Visajjatastat purusha prasanga
Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai, Shri Sudhama Charitam ki jai.
Jai.
Okay, so with that, now we will begin our discussion on chapter 6.
Prabhuji, a question, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Now Sudama and Krishna has a best bonding and friendship. How Arjuna friendship is different from Sudama, Prabhuji?
Arjuna is also Sakha.
Mm-hmm.
Arjuna is Sakha, and because that is the reason Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, I am revealing this secret to you because you are my friend. So they are there at the same level.
They are the same level.
They are at the same level. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So Sudama has explicitly expressed, saying that I want to serve Krishna in all different flavors of friendship. But yeah, Arjuna is eternally a Sakha of Krishna.
Okay.
Yeah. And there we could see, right, the Dasyam. Both Arjuna served Krishna and Krishna also served Arjuna as Radha-Sarathi. So that Dasya Bhavam was there between both of them. It is not like only Arjuna was serving Krishna. So even Krishna was also serving Arjuna because he's also a friend.
Friend.
Yeah. So it is at the same level.
Got it. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
So last week, did we discuss 35? Did we stop at 35 or I believe 35? Yes. Yeah. So just a context here. In the shlokas from 33 to 35, 33, 34, 35, those three shlokas, Arjuna, after hearing this process of Ashtanga Yoga, Arjuna expresses a doubt. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati bhalavadrudam tasyaham nigriham manye vayor iva sudushkaram. O Krishna, my mind is restless, stubborn, obstinate and very strong. To control this mind is more difficult than controlling the raging wind. And Arjuna also expresses further concern saying that yoyam yoga tvaya prokta samyena madhusudana etasyaham na pranashyami chanchalatva sthitim stiram. So this process of Ashtanga Yoga as described by you seems very impractical. I cannot do this. I am unable to control my mind. So what should I do? Then Krishna starts telling that in 6.36-35, Krishna said, Asamshayam mahabaho mano durnigraham chalam abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grihyate. Asamshayam, there is no doubt. Mahabaho, O Mahabahu, Arjuna, Asamshayam Mahabaho, there is no doubt in what you are saying. Mano durnigraham chalam. Mind is very difficult to be controlled. But it is possible. How? Abhyasena vairagyena. By abhyasa and vairagya. By practicing, by suitable practice and detachment. With determined practice, consistent practice, every day, every minute, every second. And by detaching from worldly things, it is possible to control the mind. So Krishna does not deny what Arjuna is saying. When after giving almost 30-45 minutes of, or maybe 30 minutes for the first 5 chapters, maybe let's say Krishna spent 30 minutes. After speaking for 30 minutes, explaining Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. Now if Arjuna is saying, oh Krishna, this is not possible for me, then Krishna did not scold him, Krishna did not chastise Arjuna saying that, what are you talking? I have spent all of this time explaining you in great detail about this process and now you are saying it is not possible. You should have told this in the beginning only, right? Krishna did not say like that. Krishna showed sympathy. This is one of the qualities of Maitri, right? Maitri means you show sympathy. When the other person is expressing some concern, he is going through some difficulty, you don't scold him, but you sympathize towards him. So Krishna showed sympathy saying that Asamshayam Mahabaho. I agree, there is no doubt in what you are saying. The mind is very difficult to be controlled. But it is possible with a suitable practice and detachment. So, Abhyasa and Vairagya. Practice and detachment. So every time the mind goes here and there, one must learn. One must become aware and learn how to bring it back. Remember during the shlokas 25, 26, that series, we discussed one point, that the success of controlling mind is not determined by it is not determined by uh, how uh, how peaceful your mind is, how calm your mind is, or how your mind is without any thoughts. That's not the criteria for the success of controlling mind. But the success of controlling mind is determined by the fact that every time when the mind wanders, you become aware of it and you bring it back. You bring it back today, you bring it back tomorrow, you bring it back after 10 years, you bring it back till the last minute of your life, until the death. The success is not to have desires, success is not to achieve a state where the mind doesn't wander, because that is not possible. So that is not even a criteria for the success of controlling mind. But the success is, no matter how long you are practicing controlling the mind, every time the mind wanders, if you are able to bring it back, that is the success. So now let us see shloka number 36. असंयतात्मना योगो दुष्प्राप इति मे मतिः.
असंशयात्मना योगो दुष्प्राप इति मे मतिः.
No, it is not asamshaya. It is asamyatatmana.
असंयतात्मना, yes.
असंयतात्मना योगो दुष्प्राप इति मे मतिः.
असंयतात्मना योगो दुष्प्राप इति मे मतिः.
वश्यात्मना तु यतता शक्यो वाप्तुमुपायतः.
वश्यात्मना तु यतता शक्यो वाप्तुमुपायतः.
Asamyata, unbridled. Unbridled means uncontrolled. Atmana, by the mind. Yoga, self-realization. Dushprapa, difficult to obtain. Vashya, controlled. Tu, but. Yatata, while endeavoring. Shakya, practical, possible. Avaptum upayatah, to achieve by appropriate means. For one whose mind is unbridled, self-realization is difficult work. But he whose mind is controlled and who strives by appropriate means is assured of success. That is my opinion. Asamyatatmana. Samyata means control. That is the name of this chapter actually. Chapter 6 has a name, Atma Samyamya Yoga. So Samyata means to control. Asamyata means uncontrolled. So an uncontrolled mind runs wild towards senses. And then what happens? Yoga dushprapa. Perfection is impossible to attain. Asamyatatmana yogo dushprapa iti me matihi. See, when you understand the word-to-word meaning of each and every word, if possible, if not, even if you understand the meaning of few words, the whole meaning of the shloka makes sense to you. And even if you hear this shloka after 1 year, 2 years, 10 years, you'll be able to remember the meaning very roughly. You may not remember the exact word and sentence, but at least you know what somebody is talking about. Otherwise, it will look completely new to you. It will look like a foreign object. No, we don't want to be in that state. Especially in case of Bhagavad Gita shlokas, every shloka spoken by Bhagavan Śrī Kṛṣṇa, we should work hard to understand the word-to-word meaning. So asamyatatmana yoga, that mind which is not controlled, for that person it is difficult to achieve perfection in yoga. Dushprapa. Dushprapa iti me matihi. Mati means opinion. Iti means this. May, my. In Sanskrit, may means my. Mati, my opinion. This is my opinion, O Arjuna. If the mind is not controlled, it is impossible to attain perfection in yoga. You go to any yoga school outside, Hatha Yoga, Bikram Yoga, Hot Yoga, this yoga, that yoga. They don't talk about this mind control. In the name of yoga, there's a lot of business, a lot of cheating going on, but that is not even yoga actually. So, yoga means controlling the senses, controlling mind, following yama, niyama, do's and don'ts, rules and regulations, celibacy, all those things. And without that, Krishna is telling here, without controlling the mind, it is impossible to attain perfection. Asam yatatmana yogo dushprāpa iti me matihi. Vashyatmana, the controlled mind. The controlled mind with a regular practice, with an explicit effort, hard work, deliberate endeavor. That means an explicit effort. You have to make a conscious effort. This practice of controlling the mind or bringing the mind back, it doesn't happen automatically. You have to become aware of the fact that the mind is somewhere else, and you have to make a conscious effort to bring it back. Just like when you have a child who is, let's say, mentally disabled. That child goes here and there. You are in a public place, let's say you are in a huge gathering, and the child is going here and there. What you will do? You will make a conscious effort to always keep an eye on that child, and you will bring the child back to you. So that is deliberate endeavor, yatata. Vashyatmana tu yatata sakyo vaptumupayataha. Vashyatmana yatata. Yatata means those who are endeavoring. Yatan karna means to endeavor, to put an effort, to work hard. Yatan. తెలుగులో కూడా ఉంటుంది కదా, యాతన పడ్డాడు అని. యాతన పడడం అంటే చాలా ఎక్కువ హార్డ్ వర్క్ చేశాడనమాట. వశ్యాత్మనాతు యతత, దోస్ హూ ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ హార్డ్ టు కంట్రోల్ దేర్ మైండ్. శక్యో, ఫర్ దెమ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ పాసిబుల్. శక్యో వాప్తుముపాయతః. So while telling Arjuna, Krishna here, while telling Arjuna that it is definitely difficult to control, but it is not impossible. Arjuna was thinking it is impossible. So Krishna is reassuring Arjuna that it is not impossible. It is possible, it is difficult, but it is possible. So by telling this, what is Krishna doing here? Krishna is reiterating the fact or reiterating the need to control the mind. Krishna did not just reject saying that, okay, since you are saying it is very difficult, let's move on to next topic. Let's go to Bhakti Yoga. Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. You don't have to worry about mind. No, Krishna did not say that. Krishna said, yes, this is necessary. This is mandatory. Controlling the mind is mandatory. Even if you are offering Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam, it is mandatory to control the mind. While Krishna is not letting Arjuna discouraged, he's giving some hope that with suitable practice and detachment, it is possible to control the mind. The secret is in applying the correct process in controlling the mind. If you don't apply the correct process in controlling the mind, it is like you're standing in a dark room and you're trying to get some light. Will you get light if you kick on the walls, if you kick yourself, if you kick on the floor, if you kick on the ceiling? You will not get light. But you will see light when you actually take an effort to explicitly light up some candle or some diya. But if you are lazy enough, let's say you are in a room, you are sitting in a room and the power went off, it's completely dark. If you are lazy enough even to get up and light up the lamp, how will you see light? So it is necessary. It is necessary and it is possible. With suitable practice and detachment, it is possible to control the mind. Upayatah, that word is very important here. Upayata means the right process, the right instrument, the right tool, the right type of yoga. So one has to understand what is the right process. Ashtanga yoga may not be suitable for everyone, but there are other methods to control the mind. That Krishna will tell in the next chapter, 7th chapter, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. So while while having this determination, or while having this desire and determination to control the mind, we also need to take the right medicine. We need to follow the right process. We need to implement the proper tools and instruments in our life to control the mind. Simply taking a sankalpa that I want to control my mind. In the next 30 days, I want to control my mind. That doesn't help. The sankalpa is good, but along with sankalpa, you also need to practice abhyasa. Because whatever you practice on a daily basis, you will become good at that. For example, an athlete, a sportsman, they will become a master athlete in whatever sports they are playing only if they practice rigorously every day. A soldier in the army will become fit and be ready to fight in any battle only if he practices every day, even if there is no war. So while it is important to have the willpower, sankalpa, determination, it is also equally important to have the appropriate means. Upayatah, yatata and upayatah. Vashatmanatu yatata shakyo vaptum upayatah. Vashyatmanatu yatata shakyo vaptum upayatah. Willpower without a process leads to frustration. A process without willpower leads to stagnation. Together, they make a perfection possible. Okay? And it may take time. It may take time. For one person, it may be possible to control the mind very quickly within short time. You will see some people, they are able to get up in the morning without much delay, without much struggle. But other person, even after trying for 20 years, 30 years, they may not be able to get up. So there's no need to discourage. There's no need to be discouraged. Because that person who is able to get up in the morning very quickly, within 1 year of joining ISKCON, you will see some people, they are able to get up in the morning, early morning, they come to Mangalarati every day. That means they have already done their sadhana in the previous lifetime and they're ready now. And looking at that person, you don't have to determine, you don't have to judge yourself, you don't have to feel discouraged. So each person's baggage is different. Okay, so now after hearing this, Arjuna feels little encouraged. Arjuna feels little encouraged and he asks Krishna a question. So let us see what is that question now.
One question, Prabhu.
Yes.
Why it says Krishna is it's my opinion? It's not the say that he firmly that this is not possible. He did not say that. Why it says so? It says opinion. Mati something is there, right?
See, when you are talking to a friend, you don't talk like a dictator, saying that this is how you should do it. This is you must do. Rather, the choice of words you have to use like some gentle, pleasing words, so that the other person will be encouraged. When a parent is talking to the child, parent should not say like, hey, you should not do this, you should not go there. The parent should say like, I think you should stay at home and attend college, or you should commute to the college instead of staying in a dorm outside where you will struggle for food and all those things. I think it is better if you stay at home and commute to the college every day. So that the use of the word I think, the parent knows for sure that it is best for the child to stay home and go to the college every day. But the parent uses the word I think, so that it sounds like that expression is not being brushed upon the child as an order, but you are just giving a friendly advice to the child. So here Krishna is giving a friendly advice. That's why to encourage Arjuna, he is saying, this is my opinion. Krishna will say this in many places in Bhagavad Gita. Many places he will say, Dushprapa iti me matihi, like that. He will say in many places, mati, like that.
Got it. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. Okay, next 6.37. Bhagavad Gita Chapter 6, Shloka number 37. The destination of the unsuccessful yogi. Now Arjuna feels little encouraged, saying that, okay, it is difficult to control the mind, but it is possible with suitable practice and detachment. Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha grhyate. It is possible to control the mind, but it may take long time also. That is fine. It may take a few lifetimes. That is also fine. But Arjuna has a question. Let us see what is that question. What happens if I try with sincere faith, but ultimately fail? Fail in the sense, not achieve perfection in this lifetime. Because somebody may start practicing this yoga at the age of 60 years of their life. And they may have only another 10 or 20 years of their life. So what if they don't achieve perfection? That is Arjuna's question. So why is Arjuna asking this question? He's asking on behalf of all of us. He's representing a common person, and how everybody gets this genuine doubt that what happens if I die prematurely without achieving perfection. Bhagavad Gita Chapter 6, Shloka number 37. Arjuna uvacha
Arjuna Uvacha
ayati śraddhayopeto yoga-calita-mānasaḥ
Ayati śraddhayopeto yogāc calita-mānasaḥ
aprāpya yoga-saṁsiddhiṁ gatiṁ Krishna gacchati.
aprāpya yoga-saṁsiddhiṁ gatiṁ Krishna gacchati.
Yeah, Arjuna is asking gatiṁ. What is their destination? Gati means destination. Gatiṁ. What is their destination? O Krishna, what is the destination of the unsuccessful yogi, a transcendentalist, who in the beginning takes to the process of self-realization with faith, but who later desists due to worldly mindedness and thus does not attain perfection in mysticism. Śraddhaya, with faith, upeta, engaged, ayati, the unsuccessful transcendentalist, yogat, from the mystic link, calita-mānasaḥ, whose mind is deviated, aprāpya, failing to attain, yoga-saṁsiddhiṁ, the highest perfection in mysticism, gatiṁ, which destination gacchati, achieves. So in other words, Arjuna is asking, if somebody starts practicing this mind control and this Ashtanga yoga, and if they do not achieve perfection and then they die, will they have to start all over from the beginning? Will they have to start from scratch in the next life? Or what is their destination? Where will they go? What happens to them? So now here Arjuna is showing the difference between Chalita and Chanchala. In the previous shloka 35, not the exact previous but two shlokas before, 6.34 and 35, Arjuna used the word Chanchala. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna pramati balavad dhrudam. So Chanchalam means unstable. The mind keeps wandering, which is fine. This is a common problem everybody has. Even Arjuna has this problem. We also have this problem. So there's no total destruction with that. There's no total failure. As and when the mind wanders, you bring it back. But opposite to Chanchala, Chalita, yoga calita-mānasaḥ. Ayati śraddhayopeto yoga calita-mānasaḥ. If one's mind is completely deviated, that is Chalita. The mind is entirely dragged off course by worldly mindedness. Now here Arjuna is talking about two things. One is, what happens if a person after practicing this yoga and dies? What will be his destination? What happens in the next life? That is one question. Another question is, even in this lifetime itself, after practicing this yoga for 10 years, then due to some material attraction, they fall down and they get attracted to something else. So we see this all the time. Even within ISKCON, some sannyasis, they have fallen down. Even in other spiritual organizations, we have seen some, some gurus, they have fallen down. They have fallen down and they're still living in this life, in this body. So Arjuna is asking that if somebody falls down like that from this process, is it a total failure for them? Whatever they have done in the last 10-20 years is completely lost. The mind is entirely dragged off course by worldly mindedness, causing the practitioner to abandon the process of yoga completely. This is the specific failure Arjuna is talking about. Calita, yoga, calita-mānasaḥ. Because it is very difficult to control the mind, and we don't know till the last minute of our death. We don't know whether we'll be able to keep our mind stable. Because the Maya, illusory energy, this Prakriti is so strong. The Trigunas, the influence of Trigunas is very strong. So we don't know when we will achieve, when we will fall down or we will achieve perfection in this lifetime. Or in other words, will we be able to keep our mind stable till the last minute of our life? Okay, the Maya is so strong. So there is a beautiful story in this regard. Once upon a time, there was a village and there was a sadhu in that village. That sadhu, more like most of the sadhus, this sadhu also has a beard. And in that village, some young children, small children, they used to look at this sadhu every day and ask, "Oh sadhu, is this the beard of a sadhu or is this the beard of a goat?" Because the goats also, some goats, they also have little beard. So these young children, they used to tease this sadhu and they ask, "Oh sadhu, is this the beard of a sadhu or is this the beard of a goat?" The sadhu just smiles and he does not respond. And like that, 30-40 years pass by, and then one day this sadhu is on the deathbed. He's about to die. And then these young children, or those young children once upon a time, 30-40 years ago, now they all became adults. So they came to see this sadhu because he is on the deathbed and lost a few hours. And after talking for some time, the sadhu remembers the question these adults, adult men, they used to ask, in their young childhood. And the sadhu says, "Remember, in your childhood, you used to ask a question. Is this the beard of a sadhu or the beard of a goat?" And the sadhu says, "Now I can confidently say that this is the beard of a sadhu." And all those men, they were surprised and they asked the sadhu, "Oh sadhu, you could have answered this 30-40 years ago only, right then and there only. Why did you take so long to answer this?" Then the sadhu said, "I was not sure whether I will remain a sadhu for the rest of my life or not. When you asked this question 30-40 years ago, I was a sadhu that time. I was able to control my mind and senses. But I was not sure if I will remain sadhu for the rest of my life. But now I can confidently say that this is the beard of a sadhu, because now I am on the deathbed and even my mind is restless, but my senses are so weak, they don't have any ability to enjoy sense gratification. So there is no question of falling down now. So now I can confidently say this is the beard of sadhu." So that story proves that there's a chance of falling down any time. Even a learned person, even a person who is able to discriminate between good and bad, they can fall down, because the Maya, material energy, is so attractive. It is so strong. So and that on that topic, there is another story where one day Akbar asks Birbal a question. Birbal is the minister, Akbar is the king. The king Akbar asked the minister Birbal a question. Oh Birbal, how long do you think these desires will last? Birbal says, till the very end of life. Till the very end of one's life. Akbar says, I don't believe you. What I heard is, as if a person becomes old, their ability to enjoy sense gratification fades away. Their physical strength, everything diminishes, and they cannot. Their desires will diminish. Birbal says, no. The desires will last till the end of one's life. But still, Akbar is not convinced. So like that, few days pass by, and there is an important elderly person in that kingdom, and one day he was on deathbed, and Akbar wanted to go and see him. Now Birbal wants to take this as an opportunity to teach some lesson to convince Akbar's mind about this. So Birbal tells Akbar, bring your young daughter when you are going to see this man. Even though Akbar is puzzled, he doesn't understand why to bring my daughter, but he doesn't ask any question. He'll take the daughter also there. So together, Akbar, Birbal, and the young daughter, three of them, they go to this old man's house. And as they are talking to the old man who is on the deathbed, the young man looks at Akbar, looks at Birbal, and then the young man looks at the young daughter, and Birbal, with some sign language, tells to Akbar, now watch the eyes of this old man. Now as soon as the old man's eyes are on this young daughter, his eyes are stuck. Before that he was looking at Akbar and then Birbal, and now as soon as this old man glanced upon this young daughter, beautiful young daughter, his eyes are stuck there. And Birbal, with sign language, asked Akbar to pay attention to the eyes of this old man. And then Akbar understood everything. So then Birbal said, this is what I was trying to say you. I was trying to tell you that even though a person may lose the ability to enjoy the sense gratification, but the desires will not be finished. The desires will keep haunting a person till the very end of one's life. So there is a chance of falling down at every minute of our life. So it is very important to be alert and protect our mind. It's a war. It's a war with illusory energy, Maya, every day. So the conditioned soul takes up the path of self-realization with faith, sincere acceptance of the path, declaring war against material illusion, Maya. And as we are doing sadhana, the material energy, Maya, keeps throwing these attractions. constantly the Maya presents worldly allurements and temptations. And we have to stay focused, determined. Otherwise, we will become yoga calita-mānasaḥ. Because the soul is accustomed to material modes, there is a high risk of being allured again, leading to the abandonment of the practice. So Krishna, by explaining Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna proves the point that it is difficult to stay controlled, stay focused. It is difficult to remain stable in Jnana Yoga path and Ashtanga Yoga path. Ashtanga Yoga path, what is the problem? You are alone, you are all by yourself. You are ekaki. That is the word Krishna uses in one of the shlokas in 6th chapter. Ekaki yata chittasya. Right? Ekaki yata chittasya. You have to fix your mind. You have to stay in a secluded place all by yourself. And you have to stare at the tip of your nose or stare in between the eyebrows and try to focus your mind. And because you are in the forest, you are all by alone, you are all by yourself, alone. And if anything happens, if your mind is agitated, there is nobody to support you. Whereas in Bhakti Yoga, there are devotees, there is an association of devotees who constantly nurture you, train you, discipline you. They'll support you, they'll show sympathy on you if you are failing, if you are falling. And they're ready to hold you, they're ready to give support. They're ready to encourage you.
What is the first pillar, Prabhuji? Process of knowledge only?
The first one, first path, knowledge,
Yeah.
Jnana Yoga.
That means reading all the scriptures?
Reading Upanishads mostly. Upanishads and Vedas. Yeah. So this is not reading Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. So this Jnana Yoga is cultivating spiritual knowledge by reading Upanishads and also by speculative knowledge. So they read Upanishads and then they speculate. On top of that, they speculate. It is like scientists. Scientists, they read some books, they take some postulate that is mentioned in the books by Einstein, Newton, or somebody, and then based on that, they develop new theorems, they develop new postulates, they speculate. Maybe if I do an experiment in a different way, I may achieve results like this. So similarly, the Jnana Yogis, they take Upanishads as a basis, but on top of that, they speculate, which is dangerous. So there is a chance of high risk of falling down. Because what happens? In that process of speculation, they may even say that I am God. We are seeing many people are there in the society who are saying they are God. So to answer Arjuna's question, Krishna is saying that just like in Bhagavad Gita 2nd chapter 2.40, Krishna said, Neha Vikrama Nashosti Pratyavayo na Vidyate Swalpamapyasya Dharmasya Trayate Mahato Bayat. Even a little endeavor on this path of spirituality will save one from the most dangerous type of fear, that is death. So the same answer. So the same answer Krishna is giving here, that that even that a yogi, after practicing this yoga sadhana for some time, it is never lost. Even if that person, yoga calita-mānasaḥ, even if that person deviates from the path, it is not lost. Failing to achieve perfection, ayatiḥ, is a valid universal human fear that requires divine reassurance. So in the next two shlokas, Krishna will explain how that spiritual sadhana done by a person for a few years and then he is deviated, how that is not lost and how such a person will benefit in the future. So we will discuss the next shloka now. 38. Bhagavad Gita Chapter 6, shloka number 38. This is continuation of Arjuna's doubt. Kachinno bhaya vibhrashtaschinnabramiv nashyati
Pachinno bhaya vivrashtaschinnabramiv nashyati
apratishto mahabaho vimudho brahmanapati.
Apratishto mahabaho vimudho brahmana pathi.
O mighty armed Krishna, does not such a man who is bewildered from the path of transcendence or who is deviated from the path of transcendence fall away from both spiritual and material success and perish like a riven cloud with no position in any sphere? Kachit, whether, na, not, ubhaya, both, vibrashtaha, deviated from, chinna, torn, iva, like, abram, cloud, nashyati, perishes. Apratishta, without position, mahabaho, O mighty armed, vimudha, bewildered, brahmanapati, O path of Brahman. It's interesting, Krishna calls Arjuna as Mahabaho in some place, and here Arjuna is calling Krishna as Mahabaho. So Arjuna is asking the same question that he asked in the previous shloka, 37 shloka, in a different way. Just like how clouds, when there are clouds in the sky, what happens is the clouds keep moving, right? The small clouds, as they are moving, they go and become attached with the big cloud. They go and merge into the big cloud. But sometimes what happens is, by the gust of the heavy wind, the clouds, the small clouds, they will not be, before they reach the big clouds, they'll go off the track. So they will lose somewhere. They'll get lost somewhere. So leaving the path of material worldly goals, a yogi who wants to practice yoga sadhana, what he will do? He will slowly develop detachment from material activities, their occupational work, their wealth, family, friends. Slowly they will develop detachment from all these things. and they keep continuing to practice yoga sadhana. And after a few years, if yoga calita-mānasaḥ happens, if deviation happens from the path, then what happens? It will be, is it like the state of a small cloud, a riven cloud? Riven cloud means a cloud that is disconnected from the big clouds and became anatha. A small cloud, because of the heavy gust of the wind, became deviated from the path and became anatha. So will that be the position of a yogi who fails in between, who deviates from the path? And will the state be like neither he achieved material happiness nor he achieved spiritual happiness, neither at home nor at some other shelter? हिंदी में बोलता है ना, क्या है, न घर का न
घाट का.
न घाट का, न घर का न घाट का. Yeah, neither here nor there.
This is Prabhu, one of the biggest fear, right? Like people, why sometimes I have like heard this question so many times, like uh, agar isme, if we pursue all this bhakti sadhana and believe in all this, we'll miss on enjoying our material thing also. What if we don't get perfection there also?
Yeah.
That's the biggest dilemma I see. Like people are hesitant even to pursue this
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. Yeah. So for those type of questions, for those type of people, Krishna is giving assurance here that whatever spiritual sadhana, whatever yoga sadhana you do, it is never lost. You'll carry the benefit of this yoga sadhana forward to future lifetimes. So it is never lost. It is like a person who has practiced, who is learning music and practiced music for 20 years in this lifetime. Even if he did not achieve perfection, and if they stop, let's say they stop practicing music after 20 years, it is not lost. What happens is, in the next life, because of all the sadhana which he has already done in the previous lifetime, all those impressions, the ragas, the notes, everything is there in the mind, the alankaras, the gamakas, everything is there in the mind, in the subtle mind. Those impressions, the samskaras, vasanas are there. So in the next life, they'll be able to learn very quickly, and they can become master in no time. So like that, even if a yogi fails from the path, they can they will not fail. It's not a total failure. Now, to understand this, the materialistic people, the common people in the society, they need to start studying Bhagavad Gita. Only when they scrutinizingly study Bhagavad Gita and answer all valid questions and get clarifications, they will not be able to develop the faith to continue doing this path with determination. But rather, what people will do, they will make their own assumptions, saying that, oh, if I practice spirituality, I'll not be able to do my work properly. So right now, let me focus on my work. And when I retire after 60, 70 years, I'll practice spirituality. But by the time, it will be too late, and we don't know whether we will stay alive or not. So all of us, we have these two paths, material path and spiritual path. The risk of ubhaya vibrashtas, losing both. If a seeker leaves path 1 to pursue path 2 but fails to reach the destination, they can enjoy neither material happiness nor spiritual success. They are rendered apratishta, without a foundation. Now this is not the declaration, this is not the confirmation by Krishna, this is the doubt of Krishna. Apratishta mahabaho vimudho Kacchinnobaya vibrastas chinnabram iva nashyati apratishto mahabaho vimudo brahmanapati. Now to stay on this course, to stay on course on the path of spirituality, it requires some faith. Only faith will make you determined to stay on course. That's why regular reading, regular hearing, regular japa, these are all extremely important. This sadhana is extremely, daily sadhana is very important to develop faith. It's like a daily vaccine. So this we already know, Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. There are three types, three levels of God realization, three levels of understanding God. Brahman is the impersonal spiritual effulgence, the Brahma Jyoti. Paramatma is that localized Paramatma within the heart, super soul. That is what the Ashtanga yogis will realize. And the Jnana yogis will achieve Brahman realization. Ashtanga yogis will realize Paramatma realization. And people who are practicing, devotees who are practicing Bhakti Yoga, they will realize the Bhagavan aspect of the Absolute Truth, which is the highest aspect of Absolute Truth. And out of the three paths, Bhakti Yoga is the topmost path. Because for Ashtanga Yoga, there are so many prerequisites. You have to be a celibate, you have to renounce from worldly things. Yama and Niyama, these are the first two steps of Ashtanga Yoga. In the eightfold mysticism, that first two steps only so many people will fail. Yama, Niyama. But Bhakti Yoga, these requirements are not there. You can be a Grihastha, still practice Bhakti Yoga. So what happens to the unsuccessful yogi who leaves the material world but fails to reach spiritual perfection? The riven cloud, Chinnabram, torn from material shelter, unable to reach the spiritual, lost to the wind of the mind. Okay, so this is the question Arjuna asked in 37, and the next one, 38. We will discuss that one last shloka and then we'll conclude for today. Bhagavad Gita Chapter 6, shloka number 39. Etanme samshayam Krishna chetumarhasya sheshataha
एतन्मे संशयं कृष्ण चेत्तुमर्हस्य शेषतः
त्वधन्य संशयस्यास्य चेता न ह्युपपद्यते
त्वदन्य संशयस्यास्य चेत्ता न युपपद्यते.
So in 38, Arjuna asks about the future of unsuccessful yogi whose mind deviates. In 39, Arjuna makes his ultimate plea for Krishna to destroy his doubt. So Arjuna is telling, Etanme samshayam Krishna chetum arhas aseshatah tvadanya samshayasyasa chetana yupapadyate. Please destroy my doubt certainly, nishchitam. Samshayam, doubt, chetum, to dispel, asheshatah, completely. Etat, this is, may, my, Krishna, O Krishna, arhasi, you are requested, what, then you, anya, other, samshayasyasya, of the doubt, samshayasya, of the doubt, asya, this, cheta, remover, na, never, he, certainly, upapadyate, is to be found. So please remove my doubt in such a way that this doubt will never arise in my mind or in anyone's mind. This is my doubt, O Krishna, and I ask you to dispel it completely. But for you, no one is to be found who can destroy this doubt. That means there is nobody who can clarify this doubt other than you. So this is the mood of Arjuna that he expressed in second chapter, seventh shloka. What did he say? Karpanya doshopahata svabhava pruchhami tvam dharma sammuda chetah yat shreyasyanischitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Oh Krishna, I'm doing prapannam. I'm offering myself. I'm surrendering to you. I'm bewildered by this dharma sammuda chetasa. I'm bewildered by this confusion. What is the right thing to do? Please dispel my doubt. Bruhi. Bruhi means please tell. And then, as soon as Arjuna said that way, that I'm surrendering you, I'm a surrendered soul, I'm your disciple and a soul surrendered, please explain to me. Then Krishna starts speaking Bhagavad Gita. And that is the same mood now after hearing entire 6th chapter. In fact, the previous chapter, 5th chapter, 4th chapter, Karma Yoga, 3rd chapter. After hearing all this, now Arjuna is asking, Oh Krishna, please dispel my doubt completely. After practicing this yoga, if somebody deviates or if somebody dies prematurely, what will happen to such person? That means we have to accept an authority and learn it from them. We have to approach an authority, inquire submissively. This is the method Krishna told in 4th chapter. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Because these sages, they have seen the truth. Tattvadarshi, they are the seers of the truth. So they can explain, they can clarify all the doubts. And a seeker has to approach these sages and inquire submissively. That is the mood Arjuna is showing here. Arjuna did not say in one simple sentence, hey, you tell me, what should I do? Hey, you tell me what will happen if somebody deviates. No. He asked the same question in 3-4 shlokas, in different ways, in a pleasing way, in a submissive way, showing his surrender. Then the sage or the Krishna or the Guru, they will be pleased to explain in detail. So that's about 6.39. 6.40, I think that is when Krishna starts speaking, I guess. Yeah, 6.40, Krishna starts speaking. So those shlokas we will discuss next week. Next week is Ananda Mela. We will not have a class. But when we meet back after Ananda Mela, probably we'll try to finish this chapter, or maybe one more week after that. Maybe 1 or 2 classes. We'll be able to finish 6th chapter. And from 7th chapter onwards, it's going to be more interesting, more relishing, full of rasa, full of bhakti, little philosophy and more rasa, more bhakti, which will be more relishable. And we can go at a faster pace that time. Okay, so any final questions, comments, reflections, anyone before we wrap up?
So thank you, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, one question. So because we are on, say, we are still reading Ashtanga Yoga, and Arjuna has these questions during while Krishna is explaining Ashtanga Yoga. So
Yeah.
is in context of that only, like, is he thinking of like, hey, Ashtanga Yoga is so tough, and if a yogi tries to practice this and is unsuccessful,
Yeah.
and then he should not feel like, hey, I spent so much effort there, other I would have just enjoyed the material world, right?
Yeah.
So is the question coming, or is will there be like, I don't remember, but I think these questions will not be repeated when, say, Krishna starts talking about bhakti yoga. Then
Yes.
these questions will not be there, right? Because it's more like conducive for Kali Yuga people, and it's more easy, right? Like, and you don't feel like you're losing a lot on, like, because we in bhakti also we do enjoy, we have fun, we do devotional activities together, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So as I said in the middle of the class somewhere, that the risk or the danger in Ashtanga Yoga practice is that you are ekaki. You're all by yourself in a forest, practicing bhakti, practicing this yoga sadhana, and anything happens. If your mind is agitated, something happens, you don't have a support. And that is the reason you see in today's society, the people who are practicing the true Ashtanga Yoga are very less. Very, very, very less. It is not to say that people have not tried. Many people have tried. They went to forest, they went to Himalayas, they practiced, they tried practicing. But because it is a solo solo journey, there is a high risk of falling down. And then they come back, they think that oh, this is not possible for me. Spirituality is not for me. Let me go back and enjoy. Whereas in Bhakti Yoga, there is a support, there is an association, and what you said is correct. Once Krishna starts speaking Bhakti Yoga, Arjuna will not raise these questions.
Again, because in Bhakti Yoga, at least like I see, like grahastas are also promoted there, right? It's not
Yes.
like in Ashtanga Yoga, you just have to give up everything. So
Yeah.
that is more like in our current society, at least, people will be more scared if they know, like, hey, reaching God is this way,
Yeah.
versus like if they know more about Bhakti Yoga, Krishna consciousness, how we practice.
Yeah.
I think that is less risky. Like, hey, even it's a win-win. Even if you don't attain in this life, like at least you would have enjoyed to the fullest in
Yes.
Krishna consciousness. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there, even in Bhakti Yoga, Krishna tells in 9th chapter, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. So let me show this screen here. Even in Bhakti Yoga also there is a chance of falling down, right? But the risk is, the probability is very less. Not very less, I wouldn't say not very less. But compared to Ashtanga Yoga failure, uh, the probability of failures in Bhakti Yoga are less. In 9th chapter, there is similar discussion. 9.30 and 31. In 9.30, Krishna says, even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Api chet suduracharo bhajate mam ananya bhak sadureva samantavyah samyak vyavasitopi saha. And the next shloka, Krishna is saying, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma shashvat shantim nigacchati. Kaunteya pratijanihi name bhakta pranashyati. He quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. O son of Kunti, declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. So in these two shlokas, Krishna is saying that even if a yogi who is practicing bhakti yoga, if they fall down, occasional fall down, Krishna is saying occasional fall down here, not a explicit or pre-planned falling down, right? Because the material energy Maya is so strong, and even if if a devotee falls occasionally, he is still considered to be saintly because he is properly situated in his determination. Because occasional fall down will be there, and then he will realize his mistake and he will continue practicing bhakti again. Even if he is not practicing right, what will happen is that the other devotees, they will drag him. If somebody doesn't come to the temple for a few days, you will call them, right?
Yeah.
So there are other devotees who are watching you and who are ready to help you, who are ready to pull you back into the moment. That's why Krishna says, Kshipram bhavati dharmatma. He quickly becomes righteous and attains lasting peace. O Arjuna, declare that my devotee never perishes. Even if one falls down occasionally, he is not destroyed. Declare it boldly that my devotee never perishes. Now, this is the advantage of Bhakti Yoga, which is not there in Ashtanga Yoga. Once you are deviated, you are gone. So, you're gone in the sense, it is not a total failure, but whatever practice a Ashtanga Yogi has done, that benefit will be carried forward to the next life. And how that will benefit, Krishna explains in 6.40, 41, 42, those shlokas.
And Prabhu, like between say grahastas and brahmacharis, right? Like so brahmacharis also are not like doing kind of a strong yoga practice, they're also doing bhakti yoga only, like in
Bhakti
say at
yoga.
least
Yes.
ISKCON only.
Yeah.
And it's just that they are more austere than us, like, and they are like fully devoted. Like we are still like say 8 to 10 hours we are putting in our livelihood and all. They are like 100% like devoted for
Yes.
that mission. Yeah,
Yeah.
but they're not supposed to be considered as practicing partial Ashtanga yoga, right?
No, no, not at all. Because even a grihastha, ultimately they have to become like brahmacharis, right? After
Mm.
grihastha, what is? It is vanaprastha.
Vanaprastha.
And after vanaprastha, eventually it is sannyasa.
Mhm.
So the brahmachari is already leading the life of a sannyasi. But not everybody can become a brahmachari, right? Only a person who has vasanas, impressions from previous life, only they can become brahmachari.
Mhm.
And grihasthas also are equally important. It is not to say that grihasthas are less important, because grihasthas are working, they are supporting the brahmacharis financially, they are supporting the society, uh, they are producing children who are becoming devotees. So grihasthas are also equally important. In fact, 90% of the devotee population are grihasthas only. So eventually grihasthas will become vanaprastha and some of them will become sannyasis. Yeah, but they're all practicing bhakti yoga. When will they achieve perfection? That varies, that mileage varies,
Mhm.
uh, but they are all practicing bhakti yoga only.
So is it true, like say this age, like this life's grihasthas ultimately sometime can they transcend in as a grihastha only, or they had to like take another birth and become a brahmachari also?
Uh, they can they can become brahmachari also in the next life, because after seeing the ups and downs of this material world, slowly and steadily, everybody, even the grihasthas, they'll come to a realization that um, what's the use of this life? Hmm? Let me focus completely on God. What's the use of all these material relations, the material wealth, accumulations, name, fame, power, prestige? So after going through the ups and downs in life, people will come to this conclusion. And as these impressions become stronger, in the next life, somebody right from childhood, they will remember, if they remember these impressions, they will they'll be convinced that they don't want to get married, and right from childhood only they are inclined to become brahmachari. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering, like with in our temple, like on Friday, Mukund Prabhu ji came and then from Vrindavan, and
Mm.
he was like from 10 years he was inclined to like towards bhakti and all, and 15 years he has been brahmachari and all, right? Like so I was just wondering, like maybe in his past life, as you said, maybe previous lives he had like earned that, and that's what is driving that urge in this life. Yeah,
Yeah.
but do people as grahastas also transcend, or it's like always like the path follows, like hey, in this life you are a grahasta, ultimately you had to be a brahmachari in your next life and then only you
No,
transcend?
no, that's not like that. Mukundatta Prabhu, he's a grihastha, by the way.
Oh, he's a grahasta. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, he's married. Yeah,
okay.
yeah, he's married.
I felt like he's somehow he was telling like at 15 and 10 he was already like in this devotional search. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's married.
Okay, okay.
So, yeah, yeah. So, he's an American body, but he married some Indian lady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that also happened, I think, in the recent times, maybe 5 to 7 years ago, or maybe after COVID, because previously he used to come to Seattle, he used to come alone. He has seen how his mother suffered from cancer. He saw that pain, and for a long time he was determined that he doesn't want to get married. He wanted to remain as a bachelor, brahmachari. But I think life has taught some lessons, and then maybe he wanted, he felt the need of, some company in Grihastha ashram. So then he married somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
But even grihasthas do transcend, right, Prabhu?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, there are plenty of the cases where grihasthas achieved perfection, and together, they went back to spiritual world, and they remained as eternal couple serving Radha Krishna. So, yeah. For example, in the story of Venkateshwara Mahatmya, there is Anantalvar and his wife. As a Grihastha family, as a Grihastha couple, they both served Venkateshwara Swami together. And they achieved perfection. Venkateshwara Swami used to come and talk to both of them. So, yeah, and we need all four. We need all four classes of people: brahmachari, vanaprastha, grihastha, sannyasi. We need all four classes of people. But the mood is, even if you are a grihastha, brahmachari, or sannyasi, or vanaprastha, our mood should be, I'm a servant of God. I'm a servant of Krishna. Like how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Naham vipro na cha narapatir napi vaishyo na shudro Naham varni na cha grihapate no vanastayatirva Kintu prokta nikila paramananda purnambrudade Gopi bhartu padakamalayur dasanudasaha Naham vipro. I am not a brahmana. Naham vipro na cha narapatir. I am not a kshatriya. Napi vaishyo na shudro. I am neither a vaishya nor shudra. Naham varni. I am not a brahmachari. Naham varni na cha gruhapatir. I am not a gruhastha. No vanastha. I am not a vanaprastha. I am not practicing vanaprastha. Na yati. Yati means sannyasi. I am not a sannyasi. But what is my identity? Gopi bhartru padakamalayur dasa dasa. I am a servant of the servant of the servant at the lotus feet of Śrī Kṛṣṇa. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Mangalam Kausalendraya Mahaniya Gunatmane Chakravarti Tanujaya Sarvabhaumaya Mangalam. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की श्री कृष्ण भगवान की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
See you all after the week of Ananda Mela.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.